From Zero to Fluent in 6 months, my daily shadowing plan. The beginning of the journey. Imagine this. You wake up one morning and say to yourself, "Today is the day I begin. Today is the day I start my English journey." You stand in your room. You feel a small fire inside your chest. You feel nervous. You feel excited. You feel ready. You want to change your life. You want to change your English. You want to go from zero to fluent in 6 months. This goal sounds big. This goal sounds impossible. But it is possible. It is more possible than you think, because the secret is simple. The secret is daily practice. The secret is shadowing. The secret is living with English every day. Not one day, not 2 days, every day. Let me tell you a small story, a simple story, a story about a quiet learner. This learner felt scared to speak. This learner felt shy. This learner could not say even one simple sentence without shaking. But something changed. One day this learner said, "Enough. I want to speak. I want to grow. I want to feel free." So the learner made a plan. A simple plan. A daily shadowing plan. Every day the learner listened. Every day the learner repeated. Every day the learner pushed the limits a little more. And after 6 months, everything changed. The voice changed. The mind changed. The confidence changed. The life changed. This story can be your story. You can do this too. You can learn like this. You can change like this. You can become fluent like this. Because English is not magic. English is not a secret code. English is a daily habit. English is a slow river. English flows into your life drop by drop. And one day you look back. You see the river is full. You see your mouth moves faster. You see your mind thinks in English. You see your fear becomes small. You see yourself becoming a new person. So let us begin the journey. Let us take the first steps. Let us build the base. Let us start from zero, step by step, word by word, sound by sound. Because the first steps are the most important steps. They are small, but they are powerful. They are simple, but they change everything. You begin with listening. Listening is your first friend. Listening is your first teacher. Listening is the first light in the dark. When you listen, something happens in your brain. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but it is happening. Your brain wakes up. Your brain hears the rhythm. Your brain learns the music of English. Your brain begins to copy the sounds, like a baby. A baby listens before speaking. A baby listens without fear. A baby listens with curiosity. You must listen like a baby. Simple, calm, slow, open. Just listen.
Now picture this moment. You open your phone. You choose a simple English audio. Maybe a story, maybe a lesson, maybe a short message. The voice begins. You hear English. You hear a new sound. You hear a new world. And for a moment, you feel something warm, something soft, something new. This is the start of your 6-month transformation. This is the first door. Walk through it with courage. Do not worry if you do not understand. Understanding is not the goal in the first days. The goal is contact. The goal is exposure. The goal is comfort. Let English become familiar. Let English become a sound in the background. Let it follow you like sunlight, soft, warm, gentle, always there. Now, let us talk about shadowing. Shadowing is a simple method. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence, then you repeat it. You repeat it almost at the same time. You repeat it out loud, not in your mind, not in silence, with your voice, with your breath, with your full energy. Shadowing is powerful. Shadowing teaches your mouth. Shadowing teaches your tongue. Shadowing teaches your brain to move with English. At first, it feels strange. You feel slow. You feel tired. You feel confused. But do not stop. Do not quit. Keep going. Because this feeling is normal. This feeling means your brain is learning. Your mouth is learning. Your voice is learning. Picture yourself standing in your room. You listen to a sentence. You repeat it slowly. Then you listen again. You repeat again. Your mouth moves. Your tongue pushes the sounds. You try again, and again, and again. You feel a soft heat inside your face. You feel alive. You feel yourself becoming better. This is shadowing. This is the power of daily practice. Now imagine doing this for 1 week. Just 1 week. 7 days. Slow shadowing. Simple shadowing. Easy shadowing. Then something begins to change. Your ear hears more. Your voice becomes clearer. Your confidence grows a little. Your fear becomes smaller. Your brain feels lighter. Your English feels closer. Now imagine doing this for 1 month. Your voice becomes stronger. Your sentences become smoother. Your breathing becomes calmer. Your thoughts begin to move in English. You feel something new inside your mind, a new world, a new identity, a new version of yourself. This is what shadowing can do. This is what daily practice can do. This is how you go from 0 to fluent, not in 10 years, not in 5 years, in 6 months. 6 months of commitment, 6 months of daily steps, 6 months of strong habits. Let us build this habit together. Let us create a simple routine. Your morning routine, your afternoon routine, your night routine. Each routine is simple. Each routine is short. Each routine is powerful. Morning routine. Wake up. Drink water. Press play. Listen for 10 minutes. Shadow for 10 minutes. Smile. You already made progress before breakfast. Afternoon routine. Take a walk. Put on your headphones. Listen to a slow story. Shadow simple sentences. Feel the world moving around you. Feel English growing inside you. Night routine. Sit down. Open a short text. Read it slowly. Read it again. Read it out loud. Then close your eyes. Think in English for 2 minutes. Think about your day. Think about your small wins. Think about your next step. This is the beginning. This is the base. This is part 1 of your journey. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need long sentences. You do not need big books. You only need a simple plan, a clear plan, a daily plan. And now you have it. This is your start. This is your moment. This is the first piece of your new English life. Part 2.
My simple daily shadowing routine. This is the routine I use every day. It is simple. It is slow. It is friendly for beginners. You can follow it too. You do not need special tools. You do not need perfect English. You only need time, focus, and a little courage. I built this routine because I was tired of feeling lost. I was tired of forgetting phrases. I was tired of learning but not speaking. Shadowing changed that. It helped me feel the language. It helped me use English in real life. It helped me grow every single day. I will show you exactly how I practice. I will show you the steps. I will show you how long each step takes. I will show you why each step works. You can copy it today. You can start now. You can begin your own 6-month journey. Read slowly. Imagine yourself doing this routine. Picture your morning. Picture your phone. Picture your headphones. Picture yourself repeating English with calm confidence. Picture yourself becoming fluent step by step. Let us begin. 1. I warm up my brain with English. 5 minutes. Every morning, before I speak English, I warm up. I warm up like an athlete. I warm up like a singer. I warm up like a runner. I warm up because English is a skill, not a test. I warm up because my brain needs a soft start. I sit in a quiet place. I take a deep breath. I say 3 sentences out loud. I say them slowly. I say them gently. Here are the sentences. I am here. I am learning. I am growing today. These 3 sentences prepare my mind. They remind me why I study. They calm me. They connect me to my goal. Then I listen to 30 seconds of English audio. I do not shadow yet. I only listen. I let the rhythm enter my ears. I let the sounds wake my brain. I do not worry about meaning. I only focus on the music of English. When I finish, I feel ready. I feel open. I feel steady. My mind becomes clear. Now, I can start shadowing. 2. I shadow short sentences slowly. 10 minutes. This is the heart of my routine. Short sentences, slow audio, easy words, clear rhythm. This is perfect for beginners. I choose a short clip, maybe 10 sentences, maybe 20, not long, not fast, not difficult. I choose something simple, a daily routine clip, a travel clip, a conversation clip, something real. The audio speaks. I repeat. The audio speaks again. I repeat again. I speak right after the sound. I match the rhythm. I match the music. I do not think too much. I do not translate. I only follow. Sometimes I make mistakes. I do not stop. I continue. I continue because shadowing is practice, not perfection. It is training your mouth. It is training your ear. It is training your brain. When I shadow, I imagine the meaning. I imagine the picture behind the sentence. If the sentence is, I wake up at 7, I imagine myself waking up. If the sentence is, I make coffee, I imagine myself in the kitchen. If the sentence is, I go to work, I imagine myself walking outside. Pictures make the sentence alive. Pictures make learning easy.
Pictures make memory strong. I shadow slowly. I shadow gently. I shadow with patience. I shadow with care. I shadow until the sentences feel natural inside me. This step builds foundation. This step makes English automatic. This step makes everything easier later. 3. I repeat the shadowing again with more energy. 10 minutes. After the slow round, I take a small breath. Then I play the same clip again. This time I speak with more energy. Not faster, just stronger. I put life into the words. I put voice into the rhythm. I put feeling into the sentences. I do this because confidence grows with expression. When I speak with energy, the words become mine. When I speak with energy, I feel the language inside my body. When I speak with energy, I feel more alive. During this round, I also pay attention to intonation. I listen to rising tones. I listen to falling tones. I listen to pauses. I listen to stress on important words. Then I try to copy them. I do not copy perfectly. I copy enough to feel improvement. I copy enough to feel progress. Sometimes I smile while speaking. Smiling helps my voice. Smiling helps my tone. Smiling helps my confidence. Smiling helps me relax. Shadowing with energy is powerful. It wakes up your voice. It wakes up your English muscles. It wakes up your courage. This part makes you stronger every day.
4. I practice useful phrases for real life. Now I change focus. Now I practice phrases for my real life. Phrases I can use today. Phrases I can use this week. Phrases I can use in real conversations. I choose 5 to 10 phrases. Not too many, just enough. I want to remember them. I want to use them. I want them to stay in my mind. Here are some examples. Can you say that again? Can you help me with this? I do not understand. I will try again. Please give me a moment. What do you think? Let me check. I agree. I am not sure. That sounds great. I speak each phrase 3 times. First time, slowly. Second time, with rhythm. Third time, with full voice. Then I imagine a real situation. I imagine a store. I imagine a meeting. I imagine talking to a friend. I imagine myself using the phrase. I imagine the other person answering. I imagine myself feeling calm. This imagination is important. It prepares your brain for real conversations. It teaches your brain the feeling of success. It removes fear. It builds natural communication. Useful phrases are the bridge between learning and living. They connect study to reality. They make English practical. They give you power. 5. I review the sentences I learned yesterday. Review is the key to memory. Review makes learning long-term. Review makes learning strong. Without review, everything fades. With review, everything becomes yours. I open my notebook. I look at yesterday's phrases. I read them out loud. I shadow them without audio. I test myself. Sometimes I forget one. That is normal. That is okay. I repeat it slowly. I say it 3 times. I add a picture in my mind. Then it comes back. Review is simple. Review is short. Review is powerful. Review is the reason progress grows. I do not skip this step. Even when I feel busy, even when I feel tired. It takes only a few minutes, but it keeps the knowledge alive. 6. I speak freely for 1 minute. At the end of my routine, I do a quick free speaking exercise. Only 1 minute, only 60 seconds, only simple sentences, but it helps a lot. I choose a topic. I choose something easy. My morning, my plan, my job, my meal, my dream, my weekend, my goal. Then I speak non-stop. I do not stop. I do not freeze. I do not correct myself. I let the words move. I let the rhythm flow. I let English travel through my mouth. Sometimes I make mistakes. I do not care. I continue. I finish the full minute. Free speaking helps my brain combine everything. The warm-up, the shadowing, the phrases, the review. All of them connect in this moment. All of them support my 1 minute. All of them make me better. This minute makes me brave. This minute makes me active. This minute makes English part of my day.
7. I celebrate small wins. 1 minute. Before I end my session, I celebrate. I say one sentence to myself. I say it out loud. I did it today. This small sentence gives me strength. It reminds me that progress comes from consistency. It reminds me that small steps build big results. It reminds me that I am moving forward. Every day. Every practice. Every minute. Then I breathe out. I smile. I feel proud. I close my notebook. I continue with my day. This is my daily routine. It is simple. It is gentle. It is made for beginners. It builds confidence slowly. It builds fluency slowly. It builds a strong foundation. If you do this routine every day, even for 6 months, you will change. Your ear will change. Your voice will change. Your confidence will change. Your English will change. You will not become fluent in 1 day. You will not become fluent in 1 week. But you will see progress. You will feel improvement. You will grow step by step. This routine is your path. This routine is your guide. This routine is your daily training. Let it lead you. Let it shape you. Let it carry you toward fluency. Part 3. How I stay motivated every day. Motivation is not magic. Motivation is not luck. Motivation is not a big fire inside you. Sometimes it is small. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is only one soft thought in the morning. But this small thought can change your day. This small thought can help you practice. This small thought can help you speak English again and again. I learned this after many months of studying. At first, I thought motivation was everything. When I felt excited, I studied hard. When I felt tired, I stopped. When I felt busy, I skipped practice. When I felt sad, I lost hope. This way did not work. My motivation was like the weather. It changed all the time. Some days were sunny, some days were rainy, some days were dark, some days were bright.
I needed something stronger. I needed something more stable. I needed something I could control. So I built a system. A simple system. A gentle system. A system that helped me continue even when I did not feel strong. A system that helped me stay motivated every day. In this part, I will show you that system. I will show you the habits. I will show you the tricks. I will show you the mindsets that kept me going. I will show you how I made English part of my life. Read each section slowly. Imagine yourself doing these things. Imagine the feeling of calm progress. Imagine the feeling of daily success. Imagine yourself building a life where English grows naturally. Let us begin.
1. I use very small goals. Many people make big goals. They say, I will study for 2 hours every day. They say, I will become fluent in 1 month. They say, I will learn 1,000 words this week. These goals sound strong. These goals sound brave. But these goals are too big for daily life. Daily life is busy. Daily life is noisy. Daily life is unpredictable. Big goals break when life becomes difficult. Big goals break when you feel tired. Big goals break when you feel stressed. Big goals break when you miss one day. So I use very small goals. Small goals are easy. Small goals are friendly. Small goals make you feel safe. Small goals help you win every day. My goal is simple. Just do my routine. Just finish one slow shadowing session. Just speak English for 1 minute. Just one small step, just one small win. When I complete my small goal, I feel good. I feel proud. I feel successful. These feelings give me energy. This energy grows into motivation. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Action first, motivation second. This is the secret. Small goals keep you moving, and movement keeps you motivated. 2. I make English part of my daily life. I used to study English only when I had free time. But free time is rare. Free time disappears. Free time changes every day. So I changed my strategy. I made English part of my routine, like brushing my teeth, like drinking water, like making my bed. My English practice is not something extra. It is something normal. It is something daily. It is something automatic. I connect English to daily habits. I listen to English while I walk. I shadow English while I cook. I speak my daily plan in English in the morning. I speak my review sentences in the evening. I treat English like a friend. I invite it into my day. I invite it into my actions. I invite it into my thoughts. Little by little, English becomes natural. Little by little, English becomes comfortable. Little by little, English becomes part of who I am. This makes motivation easier, because you do not need motivation when something is normal. You only need consistency. And consistency grows when English becomes part of your real life. 3. I focus on progress, not perfection. Perfection is the enemy of motivation. Perfection is heavy. Perfection is tiring. Perfection makes you scared. Perfection makes you freeze. Language is not perfect. Language is human. Language is living. Language is full of mistakes. Even native speakers make mistakes.
Even teachers make mistakes. Even advanced students make mistakes. So I changed my mindset. I focus on progress, not perfection. I ask myself one question every day. Did I improve a little today? If the answer is yes, I celebrate. If the answer is yes, I feel proud. If the answer is yes, I continue. A little progress is enough. A little progress becomes big progress over time. A little progress builds confidence. A little progress builds momentum. When you stop chasing perfection, you feel lighter. When you feel lighter, you practice more. When you practice more, you improve faster. This is the cycle I follow every day. Progress keeps me motivated. Perfection does not.
4. I track my success. I use a simple notebook. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. Just a small notebook. Every day, I write one line. I write the date. I write the practice I did. I write one sentence about how I feel. That is all. This notebook is my mirror. It shows my journey. It shows my effort. It shows my discipline. It shows the days I continued. It shows the days I tried again. Sometimes I look back at the first page. I see how far I have come. I see the days I wanted to quit. I see the days I continued anyway. I see my growth. I see my strength. This feeling gives me power. This feeling gives me hope. This feeling gives me new motivation. Tracking your success makes your effort real. It turns time into evidence. It turns practice into progress. It turns your dream into reality. You do not need a perfect system. Just one notebook, just one line per day. This is enough to keep you motivated. 5. I celebrate every small win. Many learners wait to celebrate until they are fluent. This is too late. Fluency takes time. Fluency takes patience. Fluency takes months or years. If you wait to celebrate, you will lose motivation. You will feel slow. You will feel stuck. You will feel far from your goal. So I celebrate now. I celebrate every small win. I celebrate finishing my routine. I celebrate understanding a new phrase. I celebrate speaking for 1 minute. I celebrate each step. Celebration does not need to be big. Sometimes I smile at myself. Sometimes I say, "Good job." Sometimes I take one deep, happy breath. Sometimes I close my eyes and feel proud. These small celebrations build joy. This joy creates motivation. This motivation makes the next day easier. When you celebrate small wins, you build a positive connection with English. English becomes a happy part of your day. English becomes something you enjoy. English becomes something that lifts you. Motivation grows where joy grows. 6. I forgive myself when I miss a day. Some days I miss practice. Some days I am tired. Some days I am busy. Some days I feel sad. Some days my mind is full.
This is normal. This is life. Before, I used to feel guilty. I used to feel angry at myself. I used to feel like a failure. And when I felt this way, I stopped. I stopped for many days, sometimes for weeks. Now I think differently. Now I forgive myself. I say one sentence. I will continue tomorrow. This sentence is powerful. It is gentle. It is kind. It is patient. It gives me permission to be human. The next day, I return. The next day, I begin again. The next day, I take one step. The next step becomes the next win. The next win becomes motivation. Forgiveness keeps the journey alive. Forgiveness keeps your heart soft. Forgiveness keeps you moving. Do not punish yourself. Just return. Just start again. This is how you stay motivated.
7. I visualize my future self. Every evening, before I sleep, I imagine my future self. I imagine myself speaking English with confidence. I imagine myself in a cafe, ordering naturally. I imagine myself in a meeting, sharing ideas clearly. I imagine myself traveling, talking to new people. I imagine myself smiling and understanding everything. I see this version of me in my mind. I see how calm I am. I see how proud I am. I see how fluent I am. I see how free I am. This picture gives me strength. This picture gives me purpose. This picture gives me motivation. Because when you can see your future self, you want to meet that person. You want to become that person. You want to grow into that person. Visualizing your future self creates a bridge. The bridge connects today with tomorrow. The bridge connects your effort with your dream. The bridge connects your present voice with your future voice. This vision keeps me motivated every day. It reminds me why I practice. It reminds me why I continue. It reminds me who I want to become. 8. I remember that English is a journey. English is not a race. English is not a test. English is not something you finish in one day. It is a journey. It is a long journey. It is a beautiful journey. Some days you move fast. Some days you move slow. Some days you take big steps. Some days you take small steps. But every step matters. I remind myself of this every morning. I tell myself one truth. I am on the journey. This truth gives me peace. It removes pressure. It removes stress. It removes fear. When you see English as a journey, you become patient. You become calm. You become consistent. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop feeling behind. You stop feeling weak. You focus on your path. You focus on your growth. You focus on your practice. This mindset keeps your motivation strong. This mindset protects your heart. This mindset supports your dream. 9. I surround myself with English. Motivation grows when English is around you. So I surround myself with English. I fill my environment with English sounds. I choose English music. I choose English podcasts. I choose English videos. I choose English stories. I also place small English notes in my room. I put phrases on the wall. I put reminders on my desk. I put goals near my mirror. These notes speak to me silently. They remind me of my journey. They remind me of my progress. They remind me of my dream. When English is everywhere, motivation becomes natural. It becomes easy. It becomes automatic. You do not need to force yourself. You only need to live in a small English world. A world you create. A world that supports you. A world that lifts you every day.
10. I protect my mindset. Mindset is everything. Mindset controls your actions. Mindset controls your energy. Mindset controls your motivation. So, I protect it. I choose gentle thoughts. I choose brave thoughts. I choose patient thoughts. I choose supportive thoughts. I tell myself simple sentences. I can learn this. I can grow. I can improve. I am getting better. I am learning slowly. I am moving forward. These sentences guide my journey. They give me hope. They give me courage. They give me direction. A healthy mindset builds strong motivation. A strong motivation builds daily practice. Daily practice builds fluency. This is the cycle. This is the path. This is the way I continue every day. Part 4. The final transformation. This is the last part of the journey. This is the last chapter of the plan. This is the moment when everything becomes clear. This is the moment when your past self meets your future self. This is the moment when you see how far you have walked. You began from zero. You began with simple steps. You began with slow shadowing. You began with fear in your voice. You began with shaking hands. You began with a quiet dream. And now you are here, stronger, calmer, more confident, more fluent, more alive. In this part, you will see how the final months feel. You will see how your English changes. You will see how your mind transforms. You will see how your new life begins. Read slowly. Read with your heart open. Let each line show you the person you are becoming. Let us begin the final part. 1. Your voice begins to change. In the first month, your voice was shy. Your words came slowly. Your sentences felt heavy. Your breath was unsure. Your tongue felt tired. But in the later months, something changes. Your voice becomes smoother. Your sentences become clearer. Your breath becomes steady. Your tongue becomes stronger. Your rhythm becomes natural. You listen to the audio. You shadow the sentences, and suddenly your voice fits the sound. Your voice matches the speaker. Your voice follows the flow. One day, you speak to yourself in the mirror. You say a simple sentence, and you hear something new. You hear confidence. You hear clarity. You hear a new version of yourself. Your voice is not shy anymore. Your voice is not afraid anymore. Your voice is not lost anymore. Your voice becomes your tool. Your voice becomes your friend. Your voice becomes your identity. This is the moment you understand. Shadowing is working. Daily practice is working. Your journey is working.
2. Your mind begins to think in English.
At first, thinking in English felt impossible. You translated every word. You translated every sentence. Your mind felt slow. Your mind felt heavy. Your mind felt confused. But after months of daily practice, something soft begins to change. You begin to think in small English pieces. You think simple thoughts. You think simple sentences. You think simple plans. Then one day, you open your eyes in the morning, and the first sentence in your mind is English. A short sentence, a soft sentence, but it is English. And this moment feels magical. It feels like a new world opening. You prepare breakfast, you think about your day, and the words come in English. Not perfect English, not complex English, but true English, your English. Thinking becomes smoother. Thinking becomes natural. Thinking becomes a quiet river flowing in your mind. This is the moment you understand. English is not just a language you study. English is a language you think in. English is a language that lives inside you. 3. Your fear begins to disappear. Fear was your first enemy. Fear was your first barrier. Fear followed you in every sentence. Fear followed you in every conversation. Fear whispered in your ear. Fear told you to stay quiet. But fear cannot stay when you practice every day. Fear cannot stay when your voice gets stronger. Fear cannot stay when your mind grows. Fear cannot stay when your confidence rises. One afternoon, you meet someone who speaks English. Maybe a tourist, maybe a coworker, maybe a friend. And instead of running away, instead of freezing, instead of shaking, you speak. Your mouth opens, your voice comes out, your words move forward, your fear steps back. You make mistakes, but you keep speaking. You have pauses, but you keep speaking. You search for words, but you keep speaking. And when the conversation ends, you smile. You breathe deeply. You feel proud. You feel alive. Fear is not the leader anymore. Fear is not the boss anymore. Fear becomes small. Fear becomes quiet. Fear becomes light. You become free. You become brave. You become ready for more. 4. Your routine becomes your strength. In the beginning, the routine felt difficult. You had to push yourself. You had to remind yourself. You had to fight your laziness. You had to fight your excuses. But after months of practice, your routine becomes easy. Your routine becomes soft. Your routine becomes automatic. Your routine becomes part of your day. Shadowing feels natural. Listening feels normal. Thinking in English feels comfortable. Every small step becomes a habit. Every habit becomes strength. Every strength becomes progress. You no longer ask yourself, should I study today? Should I practice today? You simply do it. You do it without thinking. You do it without stress. You do it because it is part of your life. Your routine becomes your anchor. Your routine becomes your guide. Your routine becomes your safe place. This consistency is your real power.
5. You begin to use English in real life. Your English is not only in your room anymore. Your English is not only in your notebook. Your English is not only in your headphones. Your English begins to enter the real world. You use English when you order food. You use English when you send messages. You use English when you watch videos. You use English when you read simple articles.
You use English when you talk to new people. You begin to see English everywhere. On signs, on screens, on packaging, on websites. And now you understand more. You recognize patterns. You recognize expressions. You recognize rhythm. Real life becomes your classroom. Real life becomes your teacher. English is no longer a subject. English is your tool. English is your skill. English is your companion. This is fluency growing inside you. 6. You begin to teach yourself. In the early days, you needed guidance. You needed structure. You needed rules. You needed explanations. You needed help. But after months of practice, something new happens. You begin to correct yourself. You begin to guide yourself. You begin to understand your mistakes. You begin to fix your own problems. When you speak, you hear your errors. You catch them. You adjust them. You improve them. When you listen, you notice new patterns. You notice new sounds. You notice new ways to express ideas. You learn faster. You learn smarter. You learn independently. You become your own teacher. You become your own guide. This is the moment you realize you are not a beginner anymore. You are not lost anymore. You are growing with purpose. You are learning with confidence. 7. Your identity begins to transform. Language is not only knowledge. Language is identity. Language is a mirror. Language is a home. After months of practice, English becomes part of you. It shapes your thoughts. It colors your actions. It expands your world. You begin to feel like a different person, a stronger person, a calmer person, a braver person. You express ideas you never expressed before. You explain feelings you never explained before. You understand thoughts you never understood before. Your identity grows. Your identity opens. Your identity takes a new shape. This transformation is deep. This transformation is personal. This transformation is powerful. You are not the same person you were 6 months ago. You are bigger. You are brighter. You are more confident.
8. You begin to see the world differently. English gives you new eyes. English gives you new doors. English gives you new opportunities. You watch videos from new countries. You listen to voices from new cultures. You read ideas from new minds. You connect with people you never met. The world feels bigger. The world feels closer. The world feels open. You are not limited by language anymore. You can learn anything. You can explore anything. You can understand anything. This freedom is inspiring. This freedom is exciting. This freedom is life-changing. You feel like you can go anywhere. You feel like you can grow anywhere. You feel like you can belong anywhere. English becomes your passport. English becomes your bridge. English becomes your key. 9. You begin to believe in yourself. The biggest change is not your vocabulary. The biggest change is not your pronunciation. The biggest change is not your grammar. The biggest change is your belief. Your belief in your ability. Your belief in your potential. Your belief in your journey. 6 months ago, you doubted yourself. You wondered if you could do it. You feared failure. You feared embarrassment. But now you know the truth. You can learn. You can grow. You can transform. You can achieve things that once felt impossible. This belief is your superpower. This belief is your new foundation. This belief will carry you far. 10. This is not the end. 6 months is not the end. 6 months is the beginning. 6 months is your launch point. 6 months is your new level. Now you have the tools. Now you have the habits. Now you have the confidence. Now you have the identity. You can continue. You can grow more. You can reach higher. You can speak faster. You can think deeper. English is now part of you. English is now your skill. English is now your voice. Your journey continues. Your story continues. Your progress continues. This is the beginning of your fluent life. You began from zero. You reached a new self, and now you move forward, strong, confident, brave, ready. The journey continues, and you are ready for it. The next chapter of your English life is waiting.
To support this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Your engagement allows us to keep producing high-quality shadowing lessons for you.